Okay guys, we're gonna make a egg for your chickens that I crocheted the other day. There's a tutorial for the chicken. You can go to my previous video and look that up. But I decided to make brown eggs with this fall leaves because I feel like they look like little speckled brown eggs. And they're really easy. Before you start doing this, and I have blueberry stains on my fingers. It's not dirt. I made waffles and blueberries this morning and the blueberry didn't come off. So you're going to want to look up how to make a magic circle if you don't know already. And you're going to want to, if you don't know how to do single crochet stitches or slip stitches or decrease stitches by stitching two together, you're going to want to look that up first and then come back to this video because this is just to show you how to do the egg. I do not know exactly how to do a magic circle, but this is how I taught myself and it works. So I'm just going to go with that, but you're going to want to make you a magic circle. And then you're going to want to chain one. And then you want to single crochet 6 around your loop and don't drop it. So 1, 2, 3. You'll hear my dog snore. 4. She's sleeping on the couch right by the camera. 5, 6, and she's 14, so she can do what she wants. Okay, once you get your 6 crocheted, you're going to want to pull your tail, or is it the other one? Which one do you pull to make it tighter? Hold on. Yeah, the tail. Pull the tail until you've got it into a circle where you're back to your first single crochet that you did right here. Now, if you want to use a stitch marker, you can. I like to use a little piece of string, but I'm not going to be using a stitch marker. But at this point, you'd put the stitch marker in before that you create a slip stitch. So you go into that first stitch, and it's hard to see in this yarn, so you're going to have to feel for it. But you go in that first stitch and you slip stitch it to a circle. So you have a nice circle. Okay, then you're going to want to chain 1, and then in the same hole, you don't wrap it around, in the same hole, you're going to single crochet 2 times. 1, 2. And you're going to do that in every hole, which means you're going to have to feel, and you're going to have 12 stitches when you're done. So just single crochet into every stitch. I'm going to do this on camera because it doesn't take that long, and to stop and start would be kind of silly for this. But just if you need to pause because it might take you longer, just pause the video and then catch up to me when you're done. But we're going to single crochet 12 single crochets, 2 into each stitch. And you can just feel for the hole. That's what I do. But we're in the last one, I believe. I gotta feel it there. Let's see, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we already have our 12. There is not another stitch. Let's see, in this yarn, it is really hard to see. So, you know, stitch markers might help you. So anyway, then you want to slip stitch into that first stitch that you made. So now you have 12 single crochets. Okay, now once you get the 12, now you're going to chain 1. This is your 3rd row. You're going to single crochet into every stitch, just 1. So you'll have 12 stitches. So 1, 2, oh, lost it. Do it again. 3, 4. It's going to start to curl up on you. That's fine. 5. Feel for it. I don't want to go in the same hole. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's important to count so you don't mess up. 11 and 12. Okay, and that brings you right back to that first hole. You're going to feel for it, or if you're in a single color yarn, you'd probably be able to see it better. So you might want to do it with like a robin's egg blue or something if you're making a blue egg. So now at this point, I take and I squish it where it's the right side is out and the inside is in. And I wouldn't have had this long of a tail, but I wasn't paying attention. But you could just stuff that in the middle when you go to stuff your egg. All right, so now that was the third row. We're on the fourth row. We want to chain 1. Now we're going to repeat the third row, but we're on the fourth row. We're going to 12 single crochets, 1 in every stitch, all the way around. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I might have counted one too many. Hold on. I should have been at 12 at this point, or there should have been an up. Huh. Okay. Well. Oh, it's just because you can't see it. Okay, sorry guys. Even the designers can make mistakes, and they make probably 20 before they get. All right, so 12. All right, and it's just, you just can't, it's just so little, you can't even see the up. So anyway, and slip stitch it in there. So now you have, that was row 4. So you do 2 rows of single crochet. Okay, now in this one, you're going to start to make the egg decrease a little bit because you want to make the oval egg, you know. So in this one, you chain 1, and then you go through the hole, the same stitch that you chain 1, pull up a loop, go into the next hole, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, and you pull all the way through. Yarn over, pull through. Now you're going to count 1 single crochet, 2nd single crochet in the next stitch, a 3rd single crochet in the next stitch, and then you're going to single crochet 2 together and decrease. So you go through the hole, you pull up a loop. You go through the next hole, you pull up a loop, then you yarn over and pull through 3. And then you count 1, 2, 3, and we should be getting close. We are. So we do our 2 together. So you go through the hole, you pull up a loop. You go through the next hole, you pull up a loop, you yarn over, and you crochet all 3 together, making 1 stitch. Okay, so we have 2 more stitches, so we're just going to single crochet into each one till we get to the end, and then we're going to slip stitch into our first stitch of the row, and that was row 5. Okay, so you're getting close. Okay, now on this row, you're going to want to single crochet into every stitch. So you chain 1 in the same hole, you single crochet, and then you single crochet all the way around. And like I said, I would stop this and meet you back at the beginning, but it's so small and takes so little time that I'm just going to do it on camera. And just keep, and at this point, if that piece is bothering you, I'm going to clip it a little bit because it's so long and you don't really need it for anything at this point, and just stuff it down in. But anyway, sorry to interrupt. Okay, now just keep single crocheting in every stitch till you get to the beginning stitch again. And I think we're there. I didn't count this time, but I think that's it right there. Okay, so then you slip stitch into the first stitch of the row. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that off camera. You stick your hook in, pull your yarn through, and then pull it through. Slip stitch it. Okay, so now we're almost to where we need to stuff it. Okay, on this row, gonna chain 1, and we are going to decrease again. So you the hole that you chained 1 in, you pull up a loop and then go into the next stitch, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, you yarn over, pull through all 3. Now you're going to do the same thing for the next one. Go in the hole, pull out a loop, go in the next hole, pull out a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we're going to do that in the next one. Pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now I think we got one more on here of that to do. Let's see, go into the hole, pull out a loop, go into the next hole, pull out a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now I think we're really close, and we can make one more decrease. So go in, pull up a loop, go in the next one, pull up a loop. You have 3 on your hook, pull through all 3. Okay, so this is where you're going to slip stitch into that first stitch on there. Now, I kind of eyeballed this, so it doesn't, I mean, it matters and it doesn't really matter. If you missed a stitch or something, or you have one extra stitch, just single crochet in that stitch and then slip stitch it together. It's fine. It's an egg. You can see mine kind of, they kind of are a little different, but I mean, this is the best pattern that I could come up with. So anyway, so we're right here. I just winged this pattern, so it is my own pattern. So now you're going to want to stuff it before you go any further. So I'm going to pause right here so I can get my needle. Okay, so I have my needle. I'm going to pull a little bit of this yarn up. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to stitch some together with my crochet hook and then use the yarn needle, but we'll see after I get this. So we're going to get some stuffing. I got some of this really fluffy stuffing in a kit. But anyway, you're going to want to take and just kind of pull the stuffing where it's feathery, because you want your egg to be really nice and soft. Or if you don't, just stuff it in there. But it could tend to be lumpy if you don't fluff it up, so that's what I do. That's my method. You can do whatever you want. I feel like crochet is kind of like an art, and you can do it however you know, your stuffing method, your sewing method, whichever works for you, because you don't want it to be stressful. You don't want it to be so technical you can't enjoy what you're doing. I mean, this is supposed to be fun. You know, I made a cute chicken and some eggs to go with it, and I don't want to be stressed out about the fact that I did it. But anyway, you're going to want to get enough stuffing in there for the egg to hold its shape, but not so much that it stretches out, and I think we're getting to the too much part. I think I've maybe overstuffed it a little bit, but there, that's pretty good. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm going to do a couple more stitches together with the hook. So get your hook back in there. I am going to decrease by putting my hook in, pulling out a loop, putting in the next hole, and it's going to be a little tough at this point because you got it really small, and then stitch it together, and then pull your hook in, pull out a piece of yarn, go in the next hole, hook your yarn, pull it out. You should have 3 hooks, yarn over, pull through all 3. And I think, okay, we're at a good point here. So I was only able to do 2. I probably could have done 3. Well, let's go ahead and just finish it this way. So go in, pull out a hook, pull out a loop, go in the next one, because this is the last possible hole you could go in anyway. And it's going to be really tight. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. At this point, you can cut you a longer enough piece so you can use your needle. I mean, it might be considered wasting a little bit of yarn, but it just makes it easier for me. I have arthritis, so I give myself a really long tail. So now we've pretty much closed this up. So, I mean, and if you see any stuffing, just shove it back down in there with your needle. Make sure it's pulled fairly tight, but not so tight that you're going to misshape your egg. Now, I'm going to put this down in here so that it makes like the tip of my egg so that I don't, and I'm just going to push it through to the other side. And I'm going to be very careful about pulling this because I don't want it to be tight and pull down the tip of the egg. So I'm just going to pull it till it is in. See how you have a nice egg shape there? So you could work this in and out and stuff, but you really don't need to. It's fairly tight at this point. You can just take and clip it really close enough to the egg. And then I just take the needle and just, you know, poke at it till it gets in there. You can even use your hook. Get it down in there and then just, you know, fluff it. And there you have your egg. I hope it was easy to understand. Please let me know in the comments. Excuse me. This is the first video tutorial that I've done in this manner. So any constructive, nice criticism would be fine. But here we have 3 eggs, so now I have 4 eggs. But I think they're super cute. You can do them in any colors. You could do them in robin's egg blue, or you could do them in white. I made these brown because this is a farm chicken that I made, and I wanted brown eggs to go with it. But you can see they don't have to be perfect. Even regular eggs aren't perfect if you see farm eggs. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.